Wake up, wake up. When the leaders lead by example and the people follow, the earth moves, changes can be made. When these mountains become stepping stones, the lakes become footpaths, boundaries become bridges, and these barriers into benches. So, wake up my people, I'm begging you to shake up my people. Yes, wake up my people, I'm begging you to shake up my people. Yeah, wake up my people, I'm begging you to shake up my people. Please, wake up my people, and I'm begging you to shake up my people. Where the innocent can be independent and the retired can be respected. The past is cherished and the people flourish. Where the old plan for the young, like a father planning for his son. The past is cherished and the people can flourish. So, wake up my people, I'm begging you to shake.
Yes, morning Kenton the poet.
Good morning, Mr. Courtney. How are you doing, sir?
Fine, 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 fine. Well, happy to see you in the place.
Well, it's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful. How the sound from your side?
Yeah, it sounds great. Sounds great.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Very good to have you, sir. Morning.
Here, man. Thanksgiving. Morning, sir.
Morning, listeners, viewers. Today is Poetry Corner on a Friday. And today we have Mr. Kenton the poet.
Yeah.
And he's going to speak to us about his journey and, of course, drop some of his poems for us.
Definitely. Looking forward to that.
Okay, wonderful. So you can start out and just tell our listeners who Kenton the poet is.
Okay, so let me say good afternoon one more time to everybody. Yeah, man, greetings from Zurich, Switzerland at the moment.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and Kenton the poet. My real name is Lysias Lee Watson. Yeah, I was born and grown in Alexandria, St. Anne.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to school.
I was asking Courtney where we're from, but Courtney didn't know. So you tell us the details now.
Yeah, man, I'm from Alexandria, St. Anne. I went to Charlton Infant School, Charlton Primary School, Aabuthnott Galimore High School, Runaway Bay Heart Academy. So originally everything is in St. Anne in the earlier days.
Wonderful, man. Carry on, man. The floor is yours, you know. So
okay, and then after some time we do some cooking. It was a nice, wonderful going to school, and all of this music and everything comes from back then. So it's been a while we've been doing this thing, and it has been growing, and we've been doing a lot more quite recently. And this is one more of the reasons why we're here on the podcast today. So we can share some of the poetry, and as I said, tell some of the story and give an update as to what's been going on.
Carry on. But before you move, I mean, from to Zurich, that is a serious journey.
Yeah, life journey, you know.
Yeah, tell us how that came about. I know that Jamaicans are everywhere. Everywhere I go, I see them.
Okay. How I reached to Zurich? I used to run a business in Aabuthnott, St. Anne. Yeah, I used to run a business there. I had a restaurant and a shop there at one point in Aabuthnott, St. Anne. And I met a nice girl there, and that's how I reached to Zurich.
Oh, you met a person from Switzerland?
From Switzerland there, yeah. I was there one night and I met a nice girl, and that's how I reached to Zurich.
Okay.
That's like yeah, I live here 7 years now, but it's been a while before that. I met her sometime 5-6 years before that.
Okay. So how is it going over there?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Yeah, a quick question, Kenton. Who, who and what are your influences in this art form of dub poetry?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. A man called Michael Scott, because I really study this game a lot, We know the Muta Baruch and the Yes Safari. I really love Lincoln Kwesi Johnson also, 150%. You know what I mean? We know Sister Cherry and Okuno, yeah, we call him Onuro. Quite a few people. The great Louis Bennett, and I had a wonderful teacher who, during high school days, her name is Miss Garden. We do quite a bit of the festival business right across Jamaica during the high school days. The Ward Theatre, the Little Theatre, all of these places we've been there before playing music and the same poetry and these things. So it's a wide influence. Yeah, it's a wide influence.
Yeah, I just a quick follow-up question. So how is it received in Switzerland where you're at? I mean, how do the people receive it? They like it, what about dub poetry in Switzerland?
It's a wonderful thing, really a wonderful thing, because I tell you, one of my biggest surprises here since I've been doing this poetry is I was booked on a concert and I was the only person to perform the night, and it was 20 francs entry. And it was full. It's not a huge venue, but it was full. And I performed an hour and a half that night on the stage, and I was like, there are people out there who really, really appreciate it and they support it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so you meet a lot of Caribbean people over there?
Yes, there's a Caribbean community here, but the difference is the whole presentation with the reggae music, and we can always put on a lively performance and motivating performance and speak positive words to people, and it just work.
Okay.
Yeah, and just be true to yourself and just go with the people.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some people think people are not listening, and that's why some people stop talking. Yeah, because they think people are not listening and people are not talking because they are really listening, you know what I mean? So
yes,
it's the understanding and the approach is very important.
Yeah, yeah. So before you continue your story,
yeah,
start it off with one, or drop one and
live and direct. Okay. Let me start up with the Swiss mountain since we're gonna begin the story.
yes.
This Swiss mountain is a real experience. I write this poem from a real experience. I met a friend at a restaurant. I'm a cook, professional cook. I'm a chef. I met a guy at a restaurant. His girlfriend worked at the restaurant, but he's a scientist. And he was going to do some study up in the mountains, and I had the chance of going. And out of that trip, I begin to write the story. So we end up calling it the Swiss Mountains. And we begin by anticipation. Anticipation. It was a Friday. I was on holiday. So we gathered at this train station, everyone with high expectation. So we head for the highways, through the tunnels and byways, down through the countryside, taking an easy ride, examining the architecture and just every other infrastructure going up the mountains. I was going up the mountain, the famous Swiss mountain. Courtney, going up the mountain, we stop at a fountain to get some water to drink. Man, what you think? The sun was hot like an oven, but still a part of the mountain was frozen. The hills and the valleys exploiting greenery, I was in for a scenery, not a scene regularly seen, going up the mountains. Flowers with colors this country boy has never seen. The yellows so yellow and the greens so green. Here and there, I could hear the sounds of birds and bumblebees with the backdrop of the whistling willow trees while I was going up the mountain, the famous Swiss mountain. The sound of water trickling everywhere brings a calm to the atmosphere. Everyone just observing, thoughts preserving. Every stone had a different tone, a different size, color, and texture. I saw real Mother Nature architecture up in the mountains. The famous Swiss mountain. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Wonderful, yeah, man, wonderful.
Say, give thanks, give thanks.
Yeah, man, you can continue with the story from St. Anne.
Okay, from St. Anne. Yeah, no, so back to St. Anne now. St. Anne is where all of my family, a majority of my family live, and that's where we go to school and the whole thing started. From the community, all of these things play a real part, and I lived there until I was more than 13, so it had a wonderful experience. Not like it's a long time or, you know what I mean? So St. Anne is really the place. Alexandra, Brownstone, Runaway Bay, 9 Miles, Stepney, all of these places, because we used to play a sound system that time too.
Okay.
Yeah, and we grew up right close to the great base of this sound system. So all of these, we involved with the music for years, all of these time ever since. There's always something we do concerning this music. From the school days, the church, everywhere. Everywhere. The whole community, I think a lot of people right now really like write me and tell me they're really happy to see how we continue this thing, because people know that's what we do for years.
Okay. So how do you start the portraits, writing and then performing?
I love the writing. I have been writing for years. And I have poems that I have written from, I would say, especially after high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was going to Heart Trust, I had a wonderful experience, and I turned it into a poem.
Okay.
And the first time I performed that poem in public, one member of parliament says he's gonna pay 10,000 Jamaican dollars at that time to hear the poem one more time.
Mm-mm.
So it's been there for a long time. It's there for a long time, and it is something I love and something I study. The whole idea of writing and creating a story or experiencing something and write it into a story is really something that I love to do, and I will be doing a lot. Yeah, that is the truth about it. I will be doing a lot.
So tell us about your first major performance.
Okay. First major performance here in Switzerland was like 2 years ago. First major performance. That time we didn't release Swiss Mountains as yet, but I had a friend of mine who had some connection within the music industry. And I was a DJ. I'm always a DJ. I played music everywhere around the country here as a selector, you know, play music and things. So after some time, I was talking with a friend, and I told about the same poetry that is something I have a lot write down a long time, and I love to do it, and I want to start recording and publishing the poetry. He introduced me to a guy who had a studio. And when I went to the studio, and within the first 2 weeks after I met the guy who owned the studio. We have about more than 10 recordings, you know what I mean? Within 2 weeks, we had more than 10 recordings. Because these were songs that I've written a long time and I know them from start to finish. So when I go to the studio and I finally get the chance to record them, now it was like, okay, record it. And we do it from start to finish, and it was just, and the guy said to me, if I can do it on a stage, and I said to him, yeah, I can do this on a stage. Just like how we come and record them, I can do it. And he got me on a concert, and they told me I had to do 40 minutes. And we said, yeah, we have a playlist, we can do 40 minutes. And the 40 minutes turned out to be about 1 hour.
Mm.
Yeah, because being a selector, DJ from before, I know how to interact and bring people into music. And then the kind of poetry that I am doing now, I am trying to fuse more, a little bit of singing in the poetry. So it adds some more entertainment to the whole presentation in some ways, and more entertainment to the presentation. So I end up with 1 hour on the concert the evening. And since then, I did a bigger festival here. The concert after with 20 francs entry, that was pretty amazing thing. Based on how the people value 20 francs in Switzerland, you know, for a concert for just one person, 20 francs entry. It's been a great journey so far, and I think people are getting more into it. People are looking forward for more, and I am looking forward to delivering a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kenton, there's something noticeable about you, you know, that you do your art form with a whole lot of passion and enthusiasm and all of that. What really motivates Kenton to, you know, perform like that?
The love for it, you know. Yeah, the love for it, because I have one of my songs where I really said, I really mentioned that into it too. Yeah, I love what I do, and that's a lot to keep me motivated.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I really love what and again now, I am a working man from ever since, you know what I mean? I was fully self-employed early 20s. So after all of these experience and doing what I love at the moment is a wonderful thing. There's never no second energy when it comes to me and this poetry, because I'm quite used to a lot of things, you know what I mean? I'm a chef for the past 20 years, working as a professional cook, 16, 17 years, yeah. And I have covered certain grounds, you know what I mean? So doing what I love the most now is like, I don't pay attention to other things at the moment. I really don't. Yeah.
Well, since we're here talking.
Contentment is part of the motivation.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, since we're here talking, and I know that you plan to release, you know, this one on February 1st, but give us a preview now, because you already previewed it on Facebook, so just give us a preview right here on the Real Stuff Podcast.
Okay, the Real Stuff Podcast. Yeah, man, I'm lucky. One of the lucky few. Brand new man. Life has been so good to me. I feel like I am a brand new man. There is no word to express how I feel, but Courtney, if you listen, you will understand. I'm almost 40 years old, but sometimes I feel like 21. Life has been so good to me. I feel like I am a brand new man. No, my boat is steady. Real podcast. I'm getting ready to venture into the unknown even though it's been a while since I've been around. I have been through the ups and downs, but now I'm like a new kid in town. Experienced and confident. I'm a teacher, feel like a first year student. Life has been so good to me, I feel like I'm a brand new man. Rocking almost 40 years now, but my wife still thinks I'm 21. Happy like a family, even all by myself. Isolated in a crowd, I can find my own silence even if it is loud. It sounds impossible, but you can do it too. You can be happy if you decide to be true. Life has been so good to me, I feel like I'm a brand new man. Yeah, man, this song we're going to release on the 1st of February, you know? Brand new man. And a song and a video, it's going to be a nice vibes, you know?
Yes, yes. All right, give us
yeah,
a few
February
more.
1.
As we wind down, we want to get as many as possible.
Yeah, man, we have a lot more projects coming in because what we want to do next, we're going to release an album this year. Yeah, we released quite a few singles already, and we're going to release an album this year. But also we have another project coming up where it's a real dub poetry. Yeah, we have this style now we're creating, we're trying to make people understand the poetry some more. But we still have that authentic style of dub poetry that we probably plan to bring to the people. Coming. Switzerland is not an English-speaking country. So having that in mind, sometimes we kind of put the poetry a little bit more English-like to sound so that people can understand it. But we have the real authentic side of the poetry where if we try to do English it up, then it kind of lose the authenticity of the poetry if we kind of make it nice. I hope people are more accepting. So I know it's getting easier to do because people have more confidence. The producers I'm working with have more confidence in just like give it a try. Give it a try, and it gives me more space to just express myself, and it's a wonderful thing. We have a song to release in England where that kind of poetry is more like a commentary. Yeah, the song is called Back to the Foundation, where we pay with dues, like we try to big up quite a few of the elders on the music where make it work. Muta Baruka, Yes Safari, Cherry Natural, all of those names involved in that poem. And it's gonna be a lot more coming, man. We have much more confidence now going forward too. We're trying to write better poems every day or whenever we get the time to write or feel the mood to write. And the highest level, we're trying to go to the highest level where we can go with this poetry. And the thing is, knowing that I have a lot of writing, it's also another side of motivation to, okay, well, we can do it.
What is
I record songs recent that I write 15 years ago.
What's the main language in Switzerland?
Deutsch, German.
Oh, German. Okay.
Yeah.
So have you done any poems in German?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, quite a few people approached me for that. I mean, at one point we were planning to do the Swiss mountains in German. That is still on the table, definitely. The Swiss mountains in German. And when it comes to like the book, then we're gonna have that.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Kenton, you did one that I've heard on Facebook, like something about the foundation, and you were talking about some artists like Jimmy Cliff and others, and John
Yeah, man.
Holt. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
man. Yeah, well, just let go on us now.
All right. Chill. Can we listen to some Joseph Hill? You want a coffee and some milk? Well, me want a spliff and some garnet silk. Push me up 1,000 volt. Play with the best of John Holt. And when me light up a spliff, Mr. DJ, could you please play some good Jimmy Cliff? We're going back to the foundation. Start the teaching from day one so young people get to understand where this thing coming from. Take them back to the foundation. Start the thing right back day one so young people get to understand where this music coming from. Take them back to Skia. What? Courtney, tell me if you're ready. We're going to play some good rock steady. When we used to listen to man like Delroy Wilson, Alton Ellis, he was a chemist. Desmond Decker, he was a hit maker. We used to get high without this spliff. We just want to listen to some real Jimmy Cliff. And yes, so we there. And where you there? When we used to play Lucky Dube. And if you want everything get crushed, play with some good Peter Touch. You can be the captain. I'm just a sailor. But you have to play with some good Bunny Wheeler straight from the foundation. Because we used to listen. A man called Lincoln Kwesi Johnson. Another man called Michael Smith. Teach me a lot, believe it or not. The man with the bazooka. Cutting edge with Muta Baruka. Yassos and Cherry Natural. Them just speak the words and them not partial. We cannot change our quest in our route towards this greatness. So musicians, maintain your purpose. We have to keep this thing focused. Back to the roots. Teach the youth the truth. Blueprint. Or else we have a missing link, which is the foundation. Start the teaching from day one. A lot of them see the smoke. They need to know where the fire coming from. So take them back to the foundation. Yeah, man.
Yeah. That one is a
bombshell. I really love this one. This one's a bombshell, yeah, man. Really love this.
Yeah, man. This song you for release in England. We should release the song last month, you know. But there was some issue with some distribution and thing. But for sure that song, because that song is a selector's experience, you know.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, me as a selector. Yeah, that is my experience. And that is just part of it because people listen to the song and ask me, how we not hear Bob Marley? How we not hear Burning Spear? How we not hear Dennis Brown? But it's just part one, that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just part one, that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, quite a bit of music coming where we add variety and thing to the poetry, you know what I mean? Because poetry is a powerful tool, you know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so when we can...
It's been around so long, you know, poetry.
That is it. And again, even for me, you know, doing poetry, like here in Switzerland now, it's like people always tell me, even like few of my friends on the studio sometimes just tell me, yeah, Ken, you are alone in your game, you know. Because you find quite a few DJs and quite a few singers, but people always tell me, well, Kenton, just do your thing because I'm alone this side of the world doing this. And the way how I'm doing it also.
That's the way to go. Yeah, that's the way to go. Yeah, do your thing, yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do your thing. That's the name of the game.
And it really worked for me because...
Yes, Flavius, go ahead.
Go ahead, Kenton. No, I was just saying that here we have Kenton, the poet, but he's a very versatile gentleman, you know. So you probably should speak to him about our cook and curry program. We have a cooking program.
Mm-hmm.
I want to invite you to come and cook up a dish for us.
That would be wonderful, man.
Yeah. Courtney will speak. Courtney will speak to you about it. Yeah,
That's
man,
a wonderful, man. I never do another job, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, in all my years of working, in all of my years of working, cooking. That's a skill from high school. I never do another job. I never applied for another job.
Okay.
Yeah, all of my life is cooking or
So
entertainment.
you cook Swiss dishes now? You cook Swiss dishes now? Or just Jamaican?
Yeah, man, and a mixture of things. And poetry and cooking have something in common now. It's a wonderful mind and creativity. You know what I mean? And genuine love for the people are play a part in whatever you create and present, you know?
Poetry, cooking, and wine. Because all these cooks are always drinking wine when they're cooking, you know.
Well, we're having some ginger tea at the moment. We drink a little wine now and then, yes. We're having some nice ginger tea at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, man, that is powerful, ginger tea. I love that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Real stuff podcast. It's really a pleasure to be here, you know?
Yeah, man.
Where do we go from here? You want something different now?
Yeah, man.
Yes, give us something to take us out, yeah.
Okay, well, this one is called She Is Still There. Because we are giving a little bit variety. We give one about the artists. We have the Swiss Mountains.
Yes.
So we'll give you a little bit different something now. This is called She Is Still There. I was attracted to her dress. The place was filled with nice girls, but to me, she looks the best. Courtney, the girl just stand out. If you ever had the chance to watch Miss World on TV, you know exactly what I am talking about. That even though it's been a long, long time, I could still print this picture if I could connect this laptop to my mind because she is still there. Somewhere. She is still there. She was like a red rose blooming in a farm of green grass. I apologize for breaking the rules, but me, I could not pass. So obvious. The woman was gorgeous. I was feeling a little bit nervous, but knowing me, I had to say something. So I stood there waiting. Thinking and practicing how to recite my compliment. And I remember waiting and waiting for the right moment because she was still there. Somewhere. She is still there. Now she's getting old. Me too. But she is still there. Yeah.
Powerful, powerful.
Yeah, man, we try to keep the writing on a broad topic, and if we I would have wanted to leave with something for Jamaica before we leave it, you know.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, because Jamaica is always part of the priority, Jamaica and the world. And this one now have a little bit more of the original touch of the dub poetry thing to it. The original style. Me tired for hear sad news. Me say me tired for hear the sad news. It's like everywhere me turn, I pay blood a run. Who no have knife, have gun. Nobody now have no fun. It's like fun time done and a judgment a come. We tired for hear the sad news. Me say we tired for hear the sad news. And when me watch the TV, if a ABC, if a CBC, even my own CCTV, and at the same BBC, we tired for hear the sad news. One a bury dead, one can't buy bread, one no have no roof, one no have no bed, earth a run red. Courtney out there dread. Me say we tired for hear the sad news. And when the price them a rise and the bomb them a drop, we know about that. But when we ball out justice, nobody no hear about it. So that others can learn and practice. Instead, we in the same slackness. We're tired for hear the sad news. That's why more time we just play some jazz and blues because we can't afford to get too confused. We're tired to hear the sad news. Jamaica, we want peace. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure. The Real Stuff podcast. Pure love and respect, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you know, your poems are really, really amazing. Really amazing.
We have dozens more poems to come there, man. We could give you a poem for the next 30 minutes. Easy, easy, man.
Okay. And Courtney has told you about that. We have within protocol.
30 minutes.
We also have running poetry where we have many poets come and you read one poem. Everybody read one poem. And if we have enough time, we can go for a second one. Yeah. No talking, just poetry the whole way, wall to wall poetry. One running poetry. So we're going to invite you.
Running poetry.
Yeah, it's called one shot running poetry.
One shot, yeah. The next one is when? Next week?
No, the next one will be 11th of February.
Okay.
11th of February.
We do it every second Friday in a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
So
yeah, man, Friday a good time for me because I'm really half of the job Thursday and Friday most time I'm free. Okay, a full-time job, but most time I'm free Thursday, Friday.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. And it is very, very good to have you, sir, and very happy to have you.
Yes, man. I don't want to say a big shout out to quite a few people who kind of get to this link, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Big shout out to Antonio Valerie, you know what I mean? Big up Valerie, big sister, love and respect. Max P, the original poetess, big respect, you know what I mean? I know we have a few people who tell me, Kenny, why you shout out the respect for the podcast. So I want to big up Dora too, you know what I mean? Big up Dora. Yeah, right, because you have some people who really behind this thing and love this thing and give me all the support.
Wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful. And it's a wonderful thing with a connection back in Jamaica because I have that as part of the plan coming up this year after the album. I really want to come to Jamaica and spend some time radio station and quite a few more things that we can really have a lot more songs coming, man.
Well, one thing I can tell you is that whenever you have new things to drop them right here first. Real Stuff Podcast. Yeah, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. This is a real connection. The Real Stuff Podcast is a wonderful thing. We can maybe look forward to doing a small check with a review with the album. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, man. We'd love that.
We love you, man. Whenever you're ready.
That would be wonderful, man.
Just let us know. Yeah, man. Let us know and we are with you. Yes. No problem.
Definitely, man. That would be wonderful, man. Yeah, man. And we go through this poem and all these things. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, Kenton. Coming from so far afield. How's the weather over there now?
But we're really cold outside now still, you know.
Okay.
No snow now, but it's really cold outside now still, you know.
Yeah, experiencing what Courtney experiencing, but I am still on the rock, so we don't have that level of coolness.
Yeah, man, when you come to Jamaica, definitely will be a real pleasure. We know we can meet up in person and then there will be a total different feeling and step to this thing. And
Definitely.
The journey is on. We have to start, so we're looking forward to great things and some real connection.
Yes. So Courtney will be in touch with you. And listeners and viewers, that's it for another Poetry Corner. So keep looking out for Poetry Corner. As you can see, it's amazing poets are coming on and telling their stories and giving you a sample of their work. So we at least once per week, we have Poetry Corner. And sometimes we have many poets in our one-shot running poetry. So Courtney, can you summarize?
Yes. Yes, just want to thank you again, Kenton, for appearing on the Real Stuff podcast. You know, and we thank you for talking about your journey from Jamaica to Switzerland. to tell us about your work. And we surely appreciate your work, going up the Swiss mountains, and I know, most people may just not realize that, the Swiss mountain tour is part of the Alps, right? So
yes, man. Yes, man.
Yeah. So, there you have a little bit of history, talking about Switzerland. And surely, it's wonderful to have you, and looking forward to hear you again on the Real Stuff podcast. Back to you.
Man, I want to thank you. A big thank you to you to also hook up this thing, and my respect, Courtney. And Mr. Host, thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure showing us at least a little phase of this poetry. We have a lot more to come, and we will keep this connection.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a must. We will keep this connection.
That is what we are here for.
Thanks to all the viewers for your patience and time. We salute you.
Yes, the Real Stuff podcast is a Caribbean podcast. We do everything Caribbean, including people like you in the diaspora. And I know the diaspora is, the Caribbean people are everywhere in the world. Everywhere.
Definitely.
And we are reaching out to everybody, and trying to put the Caribbean agenda on the front burner at all times. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a wonderful thing, man.
Yeah, until next time.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Salute.
You lead us so full. You belong far away away. Ajuguala lebo buseru. Lida mua, lida sungfula. Lida mua, lida sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me do what set me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out outside. Me have to take away myself. I have to take away myself. I have to utilize I will.